Welcome to another episode of Musings. Today I'm in Pike Forest with Leela and Frankie, and this is in the trail system back behind my house in Woodland Park. And today is December the 24th, and I went for a hike to get connected to the Jesus story. For those of you that have read the book, that is a really precious story for me, and that's the birthday that we're celebrating. And so I wanted to get out in the forest and bathe in the light that I see everywhere and listen to what it might have to teach me with this story, because the story is so beautiful and speaks this eternal truth, this perennial philosophy that weaves its way through all traditions. And I think Christian languages, well, for me, we're a Western culture anyway, it's familiar. It feels good to go to a candlelight service and bathe in that. So I started hiking and was listening to the song, No Longer Slaves. The great metaphor of it was incredible. It was this statement of belief that we're no longer slaves to fear. As I was opening myself to that, the lyric in that song came along. It was referencing the story in the Old Testament of the Red Sea being split. And you split the sea so I can walk right through it. Think about the Israelites. They were in slavery in Egypt, oppressed. And let's take the story as a metaphor and just say that Egypt represents this world and all the demands and all the pressures of it. And those come in so many different ways to so many different people. The story goes on where the people respond to this call, and the call is to this promised land, to get out of this slavery and move into a different paradigm, a different awareness, a different way of seeing this kingdom of sorts. So they get to this point where their fears are so heavy, and they're the Egyptians, right? Their sense of oppression, whatever it is that makes your heart just cinch up at night to where you feel like you're going to have a heart attack, or these inner turmoils, these demons, these things that torture our souls, man, just bog us down in the quagmire of the matrix, the stuff that we've chosen to allow to oppress us in a very real sense. And God comes into that story and says, all right, let's do this. And they had to walk out into this ocean. They had to do this iteration of a trust fall. They had to walk into the Red Sea as it was parting in front of them, knowing that if the miraculous doesn't happen, it's going to crash all around them and they're going to die. And which is the greater fear? The fear of these demons that haunt us and suck the joy out of life so often? Or is it the fear of just trusting God, of just letting go, man? Why are we afraid to trust that which is beyond us and more, and let it call us into itself? They were so in the present moment when the wall of water of the Red Sea is on either side. Think about that experience. And then they go through this, and all of a sudden the sea just closes back on all their fears, on all their worries, and all their concerns. It's almost like God's great, I've got this. I'm shutting all that stuff down. And you don't have to fear. You are no longer a slave to fear. And that's exactly what God is doing. And that's exactly why Jesus came. That is such a thing to celebrate for Christmas. I did another video a couple days ago on a ski tour about the light. That's it, man. God is calling us to see differently. Just trust who and what you are and enter that kingdom awareness. Walk through the water. Trust that when it looks weird and you don't really know what's going on, that God's got this. That thing which is beyond us, that flows through all of us, has got this. And we can be bold in that as children of God and keep pressing on deeper into that promised land. And the reality is, if we're all children of God, sparks of the divine, cups of the ocean, branches of the vine, we're developing a relationship with the infinite, with God, with love, infinite love. And if you're developing a relationship with something that's infinite, you're always just beginning. So it's a humble thing that we all just get to do this journey together and celebrate each other's moves into this awareness. And that's what the book is about, is that God's calling us all to it, and all are welcome in this banquet hall. It's just a matter of trusting, being in the present moment, settling in, and riding your ride. This Christmas season is a special one. And let's look for that bigger picture. What is God calling us to through the story of Jesus, through the story of this messenger, pointing out that there's more, and that all of our fears and concerns and worries will be drowned if we just turn our focus away from our oppressors, trust that God is for us, and walk into that ocean of love. Peace.